Hey guys, it's Caitlin from KANE9, and I am going to go over how we start to introduce the tone function to dogs. So we're actually starting to introduce that sound of the tone and giving it meaning on day one. So what we do is we teach the tone to basically mean it's going to turn into your recall, but it also means just come to me. So when you hear that tone, find your handler is basically how we condition dogs to understand it. It's quite interesting and beautiful how it works because your dog hears the tone, and obviously this is applicable for dogs that have their hearing and everything like that. So they hear that tone and they can't help but have some sort of response to it. Typically what we're finding is the dog starts to either look to us or kind of look around, and we give them the information through our body language of head my way. The tone turns off the second they start to head my direction, and dogs tend to really understand it quickly. So I'm going to show you an example of it, and it sort of looks kind of messy from a standpoint of I have a long line dragging. That's for safety purposes if I'm opening my front door or anything like that. And I actually have two receivers on the dog when we're starting to introduce the tone. That's just to get additional tone sound out of the receivers. The dogs go home on one receiver, and it's a temporary introduction to the tone that we use that for. So you'll see a dog named Bailey in this next little clip of us starting to introduce the tone to him, us meaning me, introducing the tone function to him, of starting to create it as a come to me type function. So I hope this helps, and I'll explain more after I show you a little bit of a snippet of what it looks like just to start. So again, he has no background of this whatsoever, so it might look kind of messy in the beginning, and I'll kind of talk through exactly what we're finding once I start working with him. So here we go. Bailey, good. Bailey, good. Good. Bailey, good. Bailey, good. Good boy. Good boy. Bailey, good boy. Good. Whoopsies. Let's shut that, buddy. Good boy. Bailey, good boy. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Bailey, Bailey, good boy. Let's go. Good boy. Good, buddy. That's a nice dog. That's a nice dog. Good boy. Bailey. Bailey. Good boy. Bailey. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Bailey. Bailey. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Bailey. Break. Good job, buddy. Good job. Bailey. Good. Nice job, my man. Good. Good boy. Break. Come on, bud. Good job, Bay. Good job. Good boy. Yep, sniff around. Good job. Bailey. Good boy. Yeah. Let's go. Good man. Good man. Let's go. Bailey, good boy. Bailey, good boy. Great job, buddy. Great job. Good. That's a good boy. Break. Yeah, good job, my man. Good. Good dog. Good boy. Yes. Bailey, good boy. Yes. Good job, my man. Good. Very good. Very good. What's this? Get it, bud. Good. Bailey, good. Yes. Good job, buddy. Bailey, good. Yes. Go get it. Good boy, buddy. Bailey, good. Yes. Bailey, good boy. You did it. Yeah. You did it. So smart. Bailey, good. Good boy. Good. So right there, I introduced the tone for the thought of going out the door. No stem there. This is all tone. Good. So as you can see, on a long line, I am not holding him in front of this door. Without utilizing obedience, we're teaching mindfulness with thresholds, with just utilizing that tone function to get him back in. That's a good boy. And we're not even really doing any following mode yet. He's just starting to understand to become more mindful in my home. Beautiful job, buddy. Break. Good boy. Here, babe. Go get it. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. Bailey, good boy. We did it. We're a rock star. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. And as you can see, I'm not putting too much pressure on him for the first couple of minutes of us spending time together. So I'm not going to start working on like recall on day one quite yet. Right, bud? Good job. Kendall. Good job, buddy. All right, so let me break some of that down for you guys, because from an outsider's perspective, I'm always going to put myself in other people's shoes. If I watched, I'd be like, oh, it looks like it just came so quickly. And it does, and there's definitely some like confusion, a little bit of like, I'm tripping over the leash. The dog's trying to figure out what the heck this sound is in the beginning. But I give him the answer relatively quickly. But the thing that's beautiful about it is he's finding that answer, and he's a smart dog, so he's figuring that out. And he knows his name, so we can use that to our advantage right off the bat. And most of your dogs know their names as well. Again, this is something that you'd be working on 6 months of age and above, because you're working on more of like your engagement and name recognition type stuff with your young puppies anyways. So what took place is I have the tone function, which is what I always have my thumb on. And it comes in the box on the vibrate function. So if you watch my video of when we take an e-collar out of the box, how do we start basically, what's our setup, go back and watch that and I show you how to change it to a tone. So what was taking place is he's walking around my house and he's just like immediately disconnected from me. He's like, I don't know this lady. I don't care to know what she's going to be asking me to do. I just want to sniff this, sniff that, you know, maybe find an exit to see where mom went, all of that kind of stuff. So I started introducing the tone and he's just kind of like, well, what the heck? And then I start layering it with his name. And he knows his name. He heads my way. Good boy. Tone turns off. So I start like a tap, 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 tap on the tone until the dog kind of looks to me. I give them that visual connection of yes, head my way. I use my body as my magnet basically of really luring the dog to come towards me. Good. And I turn off the tone. I stop my tapping. And then I let the dog go start to, you know, engage with the environment again. So maybe they go through a doorway, maybe they go to sniff something else, and then I wait for the opportunity of definite disconnection of like, I just went through that doorway, or I'm really into sniffing something in her house, whatever it may be, tone comes back on. Tap, 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 Bailey, heads my way, good boy. And quickly you'll start to see that the dog is starting to get into a following mode. Again, if you are not seeing that your dog's understanding this within 5 minutes, that's okay. I do this every single day with dogs, so my timing and everything like that is obviously going to be a little bit more on. But the beautiful thing about it is we're just utilizing that tone function. So it's just starting to create a familiarity for your dog of what that is without asking for any strict recall to me into a sit or anything like that. Then you saw me when I'm like, okay, he's doing pretty dang good just in this box of my room in my house. Let me open up the front door and see what he does. Beelines it right out. It's what I typically expect dogs to do every single time I do that. So then the tone comes back on. Bailey, and typically I have to tap the tone a few extra times than I do in the house, and they look for me, good, and head my way. A dog understands what an open door means. They either think it means run out or run in. So I'll also do this with my back door and the kennel room door, and it'll be like, shut the door. Then I'll open up the door again, start my tone, Bailey, and then he heads back in, good. And then you quickly start to get a dog who's understanding every time you rush out that door, I'm gonna be recalled back in. So how about I just be patient and wait to be released out of the door? So that's a really nice way to start it, with it being a very clear conversation for the dog without it immediately being like some sort of conflict at the door of really wants to get out. Well, no, I don't want you to. Go ahead, go on out. I'm gonna recall you back in and we'll figure it out. If for some reason he did not start to come back, again, he's on a long line, on a backup, on a safety, so he's not getting anywhere, but that's where I would start to give a little bit of leash guidance to get him to follow what this tone is starting to teach him. So it's not going to be a smooth and concise and simple process for every single dog. Some are going to get it really quick, and some are going to go through more of a state of like, this isn't totally making sense to me. So don't stop, like definitely keep working through it, and just understand that you might just need to slow things down a little bit. Take a step back, don't go straight to opening up the door, but you'll start to see that the tone can be the find me thing, and you can reward your dog when they get to you, all that good stuff. So I hope that helps. I know it's always kind of hard to see in a video of exactly what people are doing, but I hope my explanation kind of gives you at least a place to start. Even if it's a matter of you saying your dog's name and they're heading towards you and you're just doing your yes type markers of rewarding them for that, that is going to really help load up that tone sound. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, but happy training.